And today's live demonstration, I will start now. And the topic is the basic concept of transformers and how do they function and related informations about. See, why did I choose this topic? Is because our life today has come to such a stage without electricity, our life is meaningless. We know certain calamities when power is not available and how precarious our life is. We have understood that. Hence, I choose this topic so that we all can understand what is the science and technology of transformers, right from a toy transformer to gigantic transformers that provide power to our cities and industries. Like a child and like an adult, so also transformers can be babies and can be kids, can be child and can be an adult, a grown up. Yes, I congratulate my viewers who have joined. I'm happy that at least some are there who are interested to see this demonstration live. And now I tell you, for this program also, I have got a transformer purchased from outside, this one, for all my activities for science demonstration, because for science demonstration we need hardly 6 volt to maximum 24 volt. But our household supply is 220 volt, which is a killer voltage. So how do I get that 6, 12 or 24 using this? See, the other side where a red and black wire is connected is the primary side where I provide 220 volt, and this side there are multi points and I can collect 6, 12, 18 or 24 depending upon my requirement. Now I have connected to this and this is 12 and this is also 12. That means 12, 12 if you connect, you get almost 24. And let me check, no sorry, 6, 6. So my requirement is 12. So I put it there, little back. And as I have connected my supply to 6 and 6, these two yellow, through a connector to this handmade coil. Why we use coils? I have already demonstrated many often. Good morning, Milali. And I have shown also, coils are best for magnetic field gathering. So in my videos related to magnetic field and their study, I have shown you ultimately the coils and the solenoids are the best for our scientific purposes. So I keep it here. Power is not flowing now. And the proof I will show you. How is the proof? You can check. I keep it small coil with LED connected to the terminals. which has not got a battery, but I will show you how this one will glow if we keep it here, and the magic will happen now. Let me connect it. So what I want to show you, this I kept it there itself, and now I will power my alternating current to this particular coil, and you are requested to see. I will make the lights off so that you can feel better when the light is glowing, LED is glowing. Let me check again where is the fault. Fault was with me. I did not provide the incoming power. So there was my fault, and now you can see if I power it, you could see the other coil produces energy, not produces actually, receives the energy from this particular coil. And this is mind blowing. To me, it is mind blowing. I do not know what happens to all of you, but this is a big magic in the concept of science. Now, let me replace this. I have got one more coil, but a solenoid. Let me check whether this solenoid, the connected LED, is glowing or not. This is to be tested now. I bring it to the center. No glow, even though I provide power to my coil. Now you see a big magic will happen. I have a rod which is called soft iron, and I keep it here, and you can see this is glowing. So these sort of magics are possible to understand if you work with this, if you do this, if you feel this, if you understand this. Now these two examples which I gave you is a beautiful demonstration as far as the concepts of transformer is concerned. Why this is called transformer? Suppose this coil is receiving 12 volt alternating current. That means the magnetic field the alternating current produces or transforms its power to this coil, which is independent, which is not connected to that magnetically. See, till this main coil is not powered, there will be no power transfer. But the moment I power it on again, you see this is glowing. So this is terrific. Now what I am to do, let me remove this iron core, and you see how important is the concept of an iron core in this concept. Not at all. But energy is getting transferred slightly, but that slight energy transfer this LED cannot receive, because this requires minimum 3 volt and 20 milliampere of current. So even though you are providing current to this coil, this is getting warm, I could feel, but this is not getting the real power what it should get. So we will observe whether that thick rod, and what about is this thin rod, if we post it, whether that can serve its purpose or not. Terrific. It is terrific. Now I want to show you again another big magic on this particular iron rod. If I keep it another, and let us see whether the two LEDs on two different coils are glowing or not. Let me see and show you. That's beautiful. You could see this is also glowing, and this is glowing faint, and this is glowing bright, and as I take down, you could see the glow of the LED is increasing. So this is beautiful. Now I will allow this main coil to take rest for certain time because this is getting warm, and you know when alternating current is flowing through a coil, it should be warm. You have experienced from your daily life activities, when your fan is running, you touch the body will be hot, and other heating devices leave them, but those are not heating devices also will be got hot. Now this is a commercial transformer again. Compare the difference. This is 220 input, this is also 220 input, they have mentioned it, and this is the output 12, but this is a junior one and this is a bigger one. So what is the difference between this and that? As I have told you, this is a child and this is an adult. So that is the difference. What is the main difference? You know, voltage factors are almost the same, not almost the same, perfectly same. But what is the difference is that this transformer hardly can provide you 1 ampere of current, but this transformer will provide you 8 ampere of current. So 8 times more powerful than this, and our toy transformers that we show you here are transformers requiring only milliampere currents, because LEDs they require only 20 milliampere current. Now I will discuss why do we take one transformer to show another transformer. What is the requirement? Can we do it using a battery source? Answer, let us see. So what I am doing, you just observe now. I replace my transformers and that particular coil, and now I provide light so that you could see things better. Now what is the item I have? I have another coil. This is a solenoid coil, and this solenoid coil is having two terminals to be connected for external sources. These two, remember, one red and one green. So when you know from your experience, when you connect this to a DC source, this will be magnetized. That I want to show you first. I have an iron rod and I will introduce there, and thereafter what I will do, I will provide the battery power to this particular terminals, and I want to show you. Let us do first using this, because let us see whether this works or not. This is for specimen test. Say I will test it whether this can lift it or not. Now what is to be done? It should be here, and let me connect it to this battery of 9 volt. So one terminal I connect here and one terminal I connect here, and you will find the magnetic power will be developing. So let me have some small materials so that you can see that magnetic field develops with us. So what is that magnetic field development concept? Is that I have a clip, and let me see whether my clip is getting attracted or not. So this has to be verified. And how? See, this is verified. So what I will be doing again, I will repeat it, because connections require a stable connection. So I have to do it manually, and you have to see that this is lifting it, not going inside. You could see this is lifting. You could see that has got lifted, and when the current supply is stopped, it falls down. So let us test with this. It should be better one, because this is little thicker. So what I am to do, I will show it from a distance that this is pulling, but how to show to all of you? Let me connect it and then I will show it to all of you that this has been lifted. Am I right? So that means this develops magnetic energy using current. Now what is to be done next is important. These two coils let us keep side by side so that you could see that both the coils are powered off. Now let me hold it like this so that you can see I can do perfectly. And thereafter what I am doing, I keep this rod inside so that the magnetic energy will pass from this particular coil to this particular coil with LED in connection. Now when I connect, you will observe the beauty of this connection is such. You could see the other LED flickering. Let me switch it off, the lights, and you could see that when I touch, that means when I make on, that LED also on, and when I make off, that LED also on. So this is the beauty. When I make this circuit off, that also on, and when I make on, this is also on. So the beauty of this particular LED, that means part of this one, is that when I make this circuit on, this is also glowing, and when I make this circuit off, this is also glowing. And this is the beauty of mutual induction. So this new term you have to please remember, this we call mutual induction. Mutual induction means one coil will be disturbed and the same time you will find the other coil in link will be disturbed, and that is the beauty of mutual. That means it is a link in between both. So that's a beautiful demonstration, and I hope I will not take much time. As I have committed, I will be consuming only half an hour time for all of us. And now we got to know some concepts by this time. And let us discuss one by one. If there are certain questions, obviously, I will then proceed after getting some questions. Now we will test this coil, whether the same thing happens or not. Get ready to see that. Glowing is a big thing. You observe again, flash is coming. Let's see. Making on, that LED glows. Making off, that LED also off, on. Sorry. So with on, this is on. With off, this is again on. So that means what I am doing, I am pulsating the current here. The DC current, even though it is a DC current, I pulsate it by my manual make and break arrangement. And this manual make and break arrangement, whatever speed will do, with that speed that will develop. That I want to show you now. Whatever speed I make and break here, with that speed that will also glow. So this will be my target to show all of you, and that gives you the idea that your make and break is responsible for, I am doing it continuously and I do fast. You could see I do fast, and when I do fast, you will find this LED appears to be constant. not make and break, is observed. This is the idea. Now, this process can be handled by electronic circuits. This make and break continuously in a second. Suppose you want to have a make and break of 50 seconds, 50 cycles per second, or 50 times per second. In that case, you have to use the electronic circuit and battery. And that is why, I tell you, you're all inverters. Wherever we use, whenever there is no power supply, your inverter consumes your battery power and produces alternating current using this mechanism, continuous make and break, make and break, make and break, make and break. And that induces in another transformer high voltage, that is 220, so that your light, your fan operates even with a battery. So this is the principle how we invert the DC to AC. Now, after explaining that, I am coming to again my transformer, and you have to understand why we use this initially to demonstrate the concept of transformer. You know from your experience that our house supply 220 volt alternating current is mentioned 50 hertz. So what is that? If I make a question to all of you, if you could answer on your chart, I will be happy. That what is that 50 cycles per second? That means 50 hertz. So what is that 50 hertz? I want to get information from my viewers that what is that 50 hertz. If you know, it is good. If you do not know, listen from me. That means our current from the power plants, whatever is generated and getting transported from long distance points to your cities, are produced by that mechanism of 50 cycles per second make and break. So 50 times per second make and break we are utilizing here. That means whatever voltage, suppose I collect this side 12, that means same 12 current, whatever I am feeding to my coil, is getting changed 50 times per second. So when 50 times per second the change is taking place, and the same frequency we get here, and as a result, this LED on and off we could not notice, we forget. Why we forget? We could not detect, not forget. Why we could not detect? Our brain has got a limitations. If certain make and break arrangement goes beyond 12 times per second, then your eye and your brain coordination does not take place. Your brain fails to detect, and you see the continuation effect. And this is again in all hearing system the same thing, in visual same thing, and everything same. So now got the point. Why did I use this for my transformer demonstration? Because I cannot have my make and break arrangement by my hand 50 times. Hardly I can go up to 10 times. And 10 times I did, and I showed you the LED appears to be constant. And here the same LED is beautiful, does not appear to flicker. I make it off again, and you just see, enjoy what is that concept of persistence. Beautiful. And now what I want to show you, if I have it like this is not possible. Like this, not possible. Only like this is possible. See what I am doing? I could show you from this distance the mutual induction will be having effect. From this position, it starts giving impulse, receives the energy accurate, and thereafter it goes on increasing and goes on increasing, and there it is beyond a limit. I think if it is more, the LED will go back, it will be blown out, and that is why I could show you the transformers are so compact in nature. You know, one coil is compact to the other coil, so that energy transfer takes maximum and does not uh, dissipate somehow, does not get lost on the way. So that is why you see, I show you again using this rod and this coil. Let us see, I have already shown, so let me use this one, and what is the result? Let us observe. The difference between these two coils I show you, this coil has got number of turns more, so that is why from this distance also this is glowing, whereas the other one was not glowing because the number of turns of the coil is less, you could see, but here you could see this is more, and that is why this induction is a little powerful. So from this distance this starts glowing, and thereafter you will find as I take it down and it glows more and more, and this is truly amazing, and this is called how transformers work. Now let us discuss the gigantic transformers placed on your roadside zones that connects to your home. You might remember those bigger transformers on the poles. They receive 11,000 volt input and provide you 220 or 440 volt. If you are using single phase, you are getting 220, and if you are using three phase, you are getting 440 volt. That means you have certain devices, gadgets, they are single phase and they operate on 220, and certain gadgets use 440 and they are operated on three phase power supply. All industrial motors, all industrial setups are run by three phase power supply. And you know, this 11 kV line or 33 kV line which runs in your cities for powering point to point, they come from your nearby grid, and your grid has got bigger transformers, gigantic transformers, and they do have input high enough, 132 kV volt. That means 132,000 input volt to those transformers, and output is 33 kilovolt or 11 kilovolt as you require. So from your grid, which is there at a distance from your cities, you gather 33 kilovolt line running over to your cities, and from 33 or 11 our nearby transformers provide us 220 or 440 volt as it is supplied to your domestic power supply. So this is the story of transformers and how do they work, and the science behind, and the technology. And the technologies, they are very compact, use soft iron of specific material, and if you do not use specific material, your induction will not take place and you cannot get the right effect. So with this, I am getting ready to conclude my program as committed, and if there is certain question, please write down, otherwise I will have a question for all my viewers to answer. And my question is, who is the scientist credited for this fundamental law of electromagnetic induction, based upon which principle the modern day transformers are working. Option 1, scientist Henry. Option 2, scientist Tesla. Option 3, scientist Faraday. Out of these three options, you have to choose and write down on your chat box whether 1 is right or 2 is right or 3 is right. So please be quick, and with that, I will end my program and have a nice day and wait for my next program till published. So may I see anybody who is having the answer? Scientist Faraday, congratulations, Milali and Asu Link. Asu, congratulations. I think you have joined my program first time. So I congratulate you, and I hope you join my future programs too, and you enjoy a lot of science in your day-to-day life. So thank you all. Thanks Milali also for writing or getting the right answer. And I hope we will meet again in coming programs. Bye.